Hey, welcome back to my studio. I'm Jay. I paint, and apparently I talk a lot too. But the reason we're here today is because I am nearing the end of this painting I've been working on, Memories of a Mountain Meadow. This, I believe, is session number 8, and I am pretty darn close. I want to bring in some of the elements that are going to make things pop. So in the previous sessions, I put in the basic colors. That was my first pass, and then the second pass, I went and I put in more detail. I got my mountains and the forest in, and then this forest right here is kind of a wedge shape, and I fixed that. Let's see if I can show this with no glare. So something like that. This forest here looks much better now. It was just this blue wedge, and now it comes into the meadows here, which is nice. And the rocks I got well. I touched up the sky, so there's a little bit more drama happening there. It's not just blue. It's got a little something going on. And the last thing I want to do is I've been talking forever that I want to put grasses and flowers in the foreground. The flowers, I don't know, that's still iffy. We'll see how I feel after I put in the grasses. I put in a couple of hints here. I was actually working on another painting that's behind me, and I had the perfect green on that palette. I'm like, oh, let me see if this would work. So I just put in a couple of little hints of grasses just to see what it would look like because I couldn't wait. But ever since the first video, I've been saying, oh yeah, there's going to be grasses and flowers in the foreground. The grasses are for sure going to happen. The flowers, we'll see how I'm feeling. I did mix some color to be ready for that. But the other thing I want to do is the foreground trees. I'm okay with them, but I don't love them, and I want to love them. They need just a little bit more definition, maybe some more highlighted branches and a little bit more swoosh going on, just a little something. But that's where I'm at right now. And I don't know how much is left to work on this one, but I think I'm pretty close. Like if I don't finish it off in session 8, it'll probably be in the next session. I don't plan this out. It just goes as it goes. There have been some paintings that I finished within about an hour. This one has been going. It's just you give it however much energy it needs, and that's what I've been up to. So before I started recording, I pre-mixed a few colors on my palette. I have several greens ready. This is intended for the trees. This is for some of the grasses. I want to have some light colored grasses because I want that pop and vertical bright colors to really show that it's the foreground. And then some of these yellowish kind of straw colors to maybe contrast them a little bit, offer a little bit of background behind the bright green colors. So we'll see how that goes. I got my palette off to the side here because over here it was making the scratching of the mixing of the paint was coming across really loudly. So I've been having all sorts of, if you've seen my previous videos as I'm fine-tuning this process, I've been having all sorts of audio problems, and one of my biggest ones lately has been that the scratching of when I'm mixing paint and I'm touching the palette knife to the palette, it actually makes quite a bit of noise. And sitting right in front of me, it was making way too much noise and actually overpowering my talking because I don't talk loud enough, apparently. And getting the settings just right has been a challenge. So for now, my solution is to move the palette off to the side, which apparently was enough to make a difference. So I'm going to record a whole session now, and hopefully, actually, I'm going to probably record 2 sessions back to back if it drags on. So hopefully, it's audio's better now, but growing pains, right? So, okay. Where I want to start is touching up those trees. That's what I'm going to do. So let's see. I get brand new turpentine. It's all nice and clean. And I try to close it up so that the fumes don't come out and kill me. It's a odorless turpentine, but That doesn't mean the chemicals aren't still there. It's just because you can't smell it. It can still harm you, so I'm trying to keep it closed up. So, okay, I'm gonna come in with the low lights first. I have this darker green mixed, and I'm back to my round brush. And I'm gonna, so I know my light source is out here off to the left, upper left of the painting, so I'm gonna concentrate my darker colors to the right, and of course near the bottom because there's less sun reaching it. Ah, shoot, this green is a little bit too, no, it's not. It might be too close to what's already on there, but it's actually pretty good. On the right, but a little bit on the left too, because there's branches that overlap other branches. Like that. And this tree is behind. I don't want to cover up too much of what was there before. Yeah, this is a good green. I actually put some black into this green. I try to not use black as a darkening agent, but sometimes I just have to. But I'm trying to be judicious with it because it's too easy to reach for the black if I need to make something darker. I want to try to make it darker with other colors. But in this case, it was called for, and I think it actually working out. Okay. Yeah, just little hints here and there just to kind of highlight it a little bit. Need to put some oil on here. I'm trying to use oil in my colors more and more, which I think is a good sign. Before, I couldn't really think of a time to use it, and now I reach for it at times because I feel like I need it, so I've learned enough. Need to get an eyedropper. I always waste a bunch of oil when I dribble because a bunch of it runs down the side of the bottle, and then the bottle's all oily too. You know what? I should make myself a note because I'll forget. Eyedropper. I drop her is what it said. Okay, that's not what I said. Okay, let's try this again. I drop her. I drop her. Oh my gosh. All right, here. I drop her. You're gonna make me type it in manually, huh? That's so funny. So violent. Drop her. Figure if I have an eyedropper, I could dribble just the right amount of oil that I need. Okay. Yeah, it goes on much easier. I think at this late stage, it's the right call. There's my Christmas tree looking thing. I'm underneath the branches here. I'm gonna step back and see what this looks like. All right, just those few strokes. Gosh, that made such a big difference. It's amazing how much difference that makes. A little bit of evening out over here. So I don't want to overdo it because this is a pretty powerful green. Just little hints here and there. Put a little tiny little bits in the foreground here. I don't want to do too much in the foreground right now because I need it mostly dry for the grass work I'm gonna do. Ooh, kind of like that. Okay, no. It's tintillating and inviting to do some more in the foreground, but I know I shouldn't do that. Normally in painting, if I'm working on a midground or even the sky, whatever I'm got up there, just smudge a little bit of paint in the foreground. That way, when I come over and but the actual coat on the foreground, there's already something there, and maybe some of it will show through and it'll make the painting more cohesive. But time for that is not right now. Ooh, that's too dark. Too dark. Oh my goodness. Not too dark, too big. All right, there. Oh gosh, with the oil on there, it comes off real easy. I just made a really big smudge. You know, I should use a smaller brush. I have a feeling this is gonna finish. This is gonna end pretty soon. Ooh, nice. Nice little streaks, just a little bit of definition. Not too much. Way too easy to overdo this. And the shape up here is kind of weird, so I'm gonna put a little bit in there. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm going to now put in some of that lighter color that I made. You know what? I don't think it's yellow enough. I'm going to bring it out just a little bit more yellow. I tried to get it right before I started recording, but now that I'm actually in the painting, it's making me want to adjust it a little bit. Just a little bit yellow, make it a little bit brighter. So I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do next, and I've been itching to do something abstract. I've done a few abstract paintings, and I don't know. It's a different kind of energy that you get from abstract work. Okay, do I want to use the big brush or the little brush? I'm going to try a little bit of with the big brush. Now I'm going to be working on more on the left side of the tree. That's too similar to the color I already have on there. Anyway, I'd love to learn a little bit more like looser brush work so that there's like a indistinct background, and then on the foreground I have a hint of flowers or trees or whatever. And that would be cool because it would be like a relaxed vibe. And I would like to put two similar paintings so they look like they're two as part of a set or part of a series above the nightstands in my bedroom. And my bedroom is I'm doing this forest and flowers theme throughout, and my bedroom is kind of sagey greens. Like I just got floor to ceiling blackout curtains that are sage green. Oh gosh, they're gorgeous. And my bedspread is it's like a quilty thing, but it's predominantly green with some white and brown designs thrown in. But it's there's a lot of greens and stuff, and my furniture is this fake wood that's kind of orangey. It's on the orangey side of things. It's not like painted orange. It's just it's tinted towards orange. So I ended up getting this little piece of wall decor that's like a orangey forest. It actually looks kind of cool. So I'm going towards these subdued greens and oranges in the bedroom. Green and orange doesn't sound good when you say it, but they're both very subdued, and they're, I don't know, it works. It works. It's not a weird combination, but when I'm saying orange and green, it actually kind of sounds kind of weird, but it works. But anyway, it would be great if I could continue that. Now I'm going to go to the small brush. It'd be great if I could continue that and make a set of two paintings that are kind of small. I just got these canvases that are 12 by 12. So I think that might be a good size to do them in. Ooh, that works. And being in the bedroom, I would want it to be kind of calming and serene. So that's an idea. Okay. This treetop needs to be a green that's different enough from the background, because right now the tip of this tree looks like it's part of this forest back here. So I need to, I guess, bring in more yellow. Bring some oil in there. Okay. Coming up with these painting ideas is sometimes challenging, sometimes not. Like for this one, I had a vision. It's called Memories of a Mountain Meadow for a reason. Like I was kind of remembering a time from my childhood, and I would love to like walk into this place and go explore that forest. But I don't have this infinite roll of pretty pictures in my memory to come up with. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. When I do, I try to capture them in my sketchbook. Ooh, this is a good highlight color. Highlights only, though. So I was looking at some beautiful pictures just from online. And of course, I modified enough, but that just doesn't feel right because it wasn't my work to begin with, and I need to feel it. It needs to feel like it's mine. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Just enough highlights right there. It was kind of like when I first started cooking, I was really resistant to cooking off of recipes because it felt like somebody already did the work by coming up with the recipe, and I was just doing the labor. It just felt like it's not really my creation. And at some point I acquiesced and painted off of I painted started cooking off of recipes. I had to because I completely changed my diet a few years ago, and I was clueless. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'll try some recipes, and I was humbled at how good some of the stuff was, and I'm like, okay, some people have been cooking much longer than I have, and I just had to admit that there's a lot of people out there that are way smarter in the kitchen than I am, and if I use their recipe, that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't take away from my creativity. And what I found is that as I started to do that more and more, as I got comfortable with those recipes, I would start changing them to things that were more pleasant to me. Like I would substitute certain things. Like I would, anytime there's cilantro, I substitute in parsley. Sorry, cilantro lovers. I'm just never got into cilantro. Or I like mushrooms. So if there was a mushroom ingredient, I would use more mushrooms that I'd ask for. And there's one where the sauce was just amazing. And so I started using the sauce with other types of meals. And so even though I started off with the recipes, oh, this is nice. This looks very rich and deep. So even though I started off with the recipes, I was making them my own because of the modifications I was making. And oil, I need oil. That eyedropper before I drop her. Haha. But with painting, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to paint off of other people's photographs. I'm just going to look at pictures and be inspired and come up with something. Now, the abstract ones that I have in mind actually sort of kind of have an image in mind. I've kind of tried to sketch it out and haven't been able to very well. Because it's abstract, it's kind of hard to put down onto paper, which makes it pretty challenging to put down onto canvas too, but it is what it is. That's the work. Okay, so I've got the trees. I'm going to step back here a bit. All right, wow, that made such a huge difference. So before, see these little highlights here and the lowlights, very little work, but that really made them stand out. So let me see. A little bit more back here. Let's see, what color do I have here? Two are kind of running into themselves, but not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, okay, that separated them. Wow, okay, that was easy. Funny. Sometimes I don't know if something's going to be easy or hard. I'm still not crazy about the tip of this one. The tip of this tree kind of looks like it's one of these background trees. Maybe I should go darker instead of lighter. I try to make it lighter, but because it is in the highlighted side of things, but maybe that was the wrong way to go. Yeah, let me try that. I'm going to try this very green, dark green that I've been using for the low lights and just bring in the tip. Okay, that did it. That was easy. Where's my easy button? I have an easy button somewhere. I actually have the actual physical easy button that Staples used to advertise. It's kind of funny. I mean, not the one, but the toy that they sold. It was a gift from somebody. It was pretty funny. Okay. I'm almost there. I'm not crazy, but I put too much highlights on this far left tree over here. So I was looking at cameras the other day because I'd like to make this thing work with the painting and everything. Get other people painting and like get our painting buddies together on this channel. I'd like to get a better camera because the camera I'm using right now is not great. I'm happy for it because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't be doing this already. But since I am enjoying it, I think it justifies splurging a little money on a decent camera. Cameras are expensive, man. But I think it'll be worth it. And then I could do a kind of like a split screen where you can see my painting head on and then I can talk to you head on or at least at better angles because I think this is kind of, I don't know. It feels like it's not the ideal setup, but it's working for now. People are watching, so that's cool. I just want to keep making things better. Never stop growing, never stop changing. A couple of years ago, I really upturned my life because I wanted to. By moving, I knew that I was going to put myself in a whole lot of new situations that would force me to grow and find out more about myself. And it did that. It definitely did that. More than I expected. I got more than I bargained for, but ultimately it's been a good thing. But it's never good to stagnate. I felt like there's a lot of reasons why I moved, but one of them was because I felt like I was stagnating. So being open to new things is important. So how did I get to talking about that? Oh yeah, never stop trying to improve. Okay, that fixed that. Fixed that. This shadow here is a little bit of a smudge. You can kind of see it. I'm talking about the shadow of the tree. It's kind of okay, but it needs a little bit more definition because it's just this darker smudge, and that smudge has grasses and stuff in it, so I want those to be visible. So now the challenge is to not muck up the colors I put in here into here too much because this is grass and this is tree. So I'm gonna go back to my bigger brush. Gonna clean this. Let's see. So I want to have a dull color. I want to use a dull color. Oops, I need plastic. Where's my plastic? I've got my table and everything covered in plastic, but where is my other plastic? I don't want turpentine soaking into this drawer that I have. That's part of my easel. And a little piece of plastic there. I'm not sure. I'll just tear off the shipping label here. There's a box here that had a shipping label on it. So I just tore off the plastic from the shipping label. There. put that underneath my paper so that when I dry off the turpentine, it won't soak through and soak into the wood that makes up the drawer, because it's stinky, it's dangerous, it's flammable. All right. So I wiped this off. I wiped this off. Yep, this is clean. So I want to make a color that's just a slightly darker version of what's here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix gray into the tree color, and I think that'll do it. So I'm gonna borrow some of this tree color. Is this visible? Oh, it's actually visible in the frame. I'll figure out the whole palette positioning thing, because it'd be cool if you could actually see the color mixing. The color mixing is like a third of the job, honestly, is getting the right color. This is important, but what happens at the palette is very, very important, and I'm not really doing a good job showing that yet. I'll get there. Okay, so I have a dull version of that, but it's not dark enough to be shadow, so put in a little more of the darker green. I don't need much of this. Okay, I kind of have it. Just a little bit more green. Now it's a little bit too gray. I mean, that's okay, because it is the shadow, so you don't expect to see bright colors in the shady areas. And it's okay to exaggerate a little bit, because we have pretty bright colors going on here. All right. Oh, okay. That's really all I needed, just a few strokes. I'm gonna wrap up the trees then. I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna come back and work on the grasses. A little bit, okay. A little bit undefined. I don't want it to be stand out too much, because the star of the show should be the grasses in the foreground. This is just indistinct shrubbery. I always like a good shrubbery in my paintings. Great, now I'm going to start fiddling with this forever. Oh my goodness. All right. Too much, just little hints, and then use a slightly brighter green to give it a little bit of definition. Okay. Oh, that's right. I got the same thing happening right here. I don't want to do that too much because I intend to put grasses right there. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna call it, oh, this clump of green right here is a little bit too much together. So I want to fix that, and that's pretty similar to the color I'm using right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Okay. A slightly bluer version. Oh gosh, I hope this is not a big rabbit hole to chase that little clump of trees. Okay. All right, that's fine. I'll step back real quick. All right, I'm happy with my trees. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it good with the trees, my tree line, my forest, and the shadow. I'm gonna wrap up session 8. That sure went quickly. And hopefully all I have left is just the grasses, and then I'm done. So yeah, pretty exciting. So see you soon.